like a Hellcat.
Welcome back to Celtic Talks, and happy St. Patrick's Day. Today we're doing Call Cannon. So right here in this pot, we got some water and we got a whole head of cabbage. So we're going to go ahead and turn that on high for now. And then once that cooks for a little bit, we're going to add some butter, but we'll get to that later. So for now, in our other pot that's on the stove, we got a steam pot, and we got some water below there, as you can see. And we're getting out some potatoes, and we're going to steam these potatoes. But first, we have to wash them. So we come over here to our strainer. And I will steam all of these, but my steamer is not big enough to steam all of these at once. So I will steam some of them for now, and then come back and steam the rest. So we're going to take our potatoes, and put them in our steam pot. And then we're going to turn this on high for now. And then we're going to cover our steam pot. And that's steam in its own skin. And then we're going to cover this, if I can. And we're going to let the cabbage cook for a little bit before we add the butter. That way it can cook down and get a little softer. Anyways, we will see you in a few minutes. Welcome back to Celtic Talks. And the cabbage is finally cooked enough. As we can see, we can just lightly press it down. And it goes down. It's all in there. So we're going to go ahead and add our butter now. We're going to, so I suggest you grab your nearest brick of butter. Not joking. We go through a lot of butter in this house. And then just simply shave off some. Throw it in. Alright, and then we just simply press it in there and make sure the water gets nice and buttery, nice and greasy. Because the thing, I always add the butter to the cabbage while it's boiling, and there is a good reason behind that. Because generally when you cook cabbage, you want to add butter to it, but I always do it while it's cooking because that way it cooks in the butter and the water, so it soaks up all the butter while it's cooking, and it has time to marinate in it. So you don't need to add an extra step, and then when you drain it all out later, you still have a lot of butter in your cabbage. So you don't need to worry. You will not lose flavor if you do this. In fact, you will enhance the flavor. It is quite the opposite. Little cooking 101 for you. And yeah, that's it. So we just nearly grab our bottle of vegetable oil. And we go ahead and chug this because we really want to see what happens. So, here we go. Not really. But still, anyways, so while we're at it, we're going to go ahead and check on our potatoes a little bit. So our potatoes, once they're done, we should be able to stick the fork in them. They should be nice and tender. But these, as you can tell, are not yet ready. So we're going to go ahead and keep steaming these for a little while longer. Our cabbage, on the other hand, is almost done, so... And if you want to look behind you, our corned beef over there is done. And we are putting some of that in our colcannon. We're going to do this a little differently. One of the things about colcannon that I really love is it is a traditional Irish dish. The recipe is passed down through families, but there is a lot of liberal freedom with it. Colcannon, one of the main benefactor of colcannon is that you have mashed potatoes. But other than that, you can add cabbage, you can add kale, but you need you need a leafy green in there. If you want, you can add a meat too, a protein. I know some people that do kale and lemon zest. And it's actually very interesting. I, on the other hand, like to do cabbage with mine, but that's because I am a huge fan of cabbage. I love cabbage. But we are going to... Originally I wanted to do lamb, but we can't find lamb anywhere. So we're doing corned beef. We're adding corned beef to this. So we're making I guess you could say we're making a St. Patrick's Day special colcannon. Because this is something you wouldn't normally see. Maybe on St. Patrick's Day, but you wouldn't normally see this. So we are very excited to release it and see how it is because, again, it's trying something completely new. I haven't seen anybody put corned beef in colcannon before, so we'll see how it goes. So yeah. So now that our cabbage is done, and you can see the thing that I love about this cabbage, about cooking it at home, is when you order it in restaurants, and I've heard this said somewhere too, but it's true. When you order it in restaurants, when you order cabbage, it's not so leafy green. But look how bright and vibrant that green is when you make it at home. Especially when you mix it with the butter, it just brings out that color a lot more. So that's one thing that I love to do with my cabbage is boil it. Sometimes I'll even steam it, but if you steam it, you have to add the butter afterwards. But if you boil it, you can just add the butter while you're cooking, it's fine. So we're going to go ahead and make sure our strainer's straight. There you go. And then we're going to go ahead and very carefully, this one side's hotter than the other, which is why I'm doing this. Very, very carefully, we're going to move it over here and strain it. You might ask, why so much cabbage? Are we adding it all? No, we are not. We are not adding all of this to the colcannon. We are only showing the colcannon, but we are not adding all of this to the colcannon. Part of our Irish feast tomorrow is that we're adding, we're not just having colcannon, we're having corned beef sandwiches with cabbage. But we are cooking all the potatoes, and we are adding all of those to the colcannon. So worry not. So these seem like they're about done. So yeah, these are a little bit longer, but as you can see there, you can stick the fork in there. Crunches a bit, so it's not completely done, but you can see that bit of starchiness on it. So you know it's not completely done yet. So we're going to just simply keep that on for a little bit. But we will see you when this batch of potatoes is done. Welcome back to Coach Talks. So, we are finished with our potatoes. So we're going to go ahead, and while they're still hot, we're going to go ahead and eat. No, I'm kidding. Go ahead and take them and put them in our bowl. And we're going to take some more potatoes. Please, sir, I would like more potatoes. Oh, that would be interesting. S'more potatoes.
Well then.
That would be really weird, though.
Don't say. If we get 100 likes on this video, we'll consider it.
Where'd the potatoes go? I don't know. Why are you asking me?
You're the most Irish out of all of us.
I never did them. I don't know what you're talking about.
Sure you don't.
We're gonna spray this. We're gonna drown them in some whiskey. Drown them in whiskey while they're in the sink. That would be a waste.
Yeah.
Especially while they're in the strainer. Holy crap. Alright. I'm gonna go ahead and drop these in.
No, I mean, maybe it would have been different if we decided to just steam them in whiskey.
I don't want to set fire to this apartment, though.
Yeah, that's the unfortunate part.
I think the fire department frowns on that, I believe. I mean, I could be wrong.
I mean, really, we're providing them with work. I think it's our apartment owners that would complain.
Alright, now, over here, I grab my masher, and I beat the shit out of it. Why isn't it working? Because I'm not mashing. I'm just gonna mash these potatoes, and before you question me, no, I do not deskin the potatoes. I hate it when people do that. A lot of people will do that, but I personally think it sucks out the flavor. Because the potato skin holds all the nutrients and all the flavors in there, so I refuse to take out the skin of the potato when I make mashed potatoes. I just flat out refuse to do it.
So there's a tip for anyone out there wanting to date him. Don't deskin your potatoes.
Now, I will say, if you were making Because I will make a stew on this channel. I will deskin it. And you'll be like, hey, Sean, I thought you said that you don't deskin potatoes. Huh. Okay, I do when it's a soup or a stew. I do not when it's mashed potatoes or baked potatoes or anything else. When it is a soup or a stew, I will deskin my potatoes, and that is because you don't want the skin in the broth. It just doesn't go well. The skin will peel off and just swirl around the soup, and it's not good. So yep, we're just gonna mash these up, and we will see you in a little while. Welcome back to Celtic Talks. And we are mashed. So we are going to be adding butter from our giant brick. And yes, this is a lot of potato. But there is no such thing as too much potato. So I don't want to hear anyone say, that's too much potato. There's no such thing.
And what's your response to say that's too much butter?
And I'm Southern. This is not too much butter. This is the right amount of butter for this amount of potato. Because look how big this bowl is. Look at the circumference. And look how full it is full of potato. It needs plenty of butter. But I mean, it's not too much. I don't say add too much. I think it's more, maybe about, I don't know. I say add about 4 to 8 tablespoons. So I am going to add a little more because I did not add. I say add about, if you're doing a whole bag, I'd say add about 8 tablespoons. You can get away with 4, but I'd suggest 8. Just want to make sure that butter is nice and in there. Make sure it melts in before we add our milk. Alright, and we have our milk, freshly squeezed. I'm kidding, it's in a gallon. It's obviously not freshly squeezed, but it is organic.
Not to worry, Reiner, we do not own a cow on this property.
Reiner, watch this. Oh crap, cut, turn it off, turn it off. I'm kidding. Not that I care if our rental property actually watches these videos, but I doubt they do.
Yeah. It's not like we're doing anything that freaking violates our lease.
Not yet.
Now, just to spite you, the kid of the owner is going to be watching our video and show that to his or her
Not
dad.
yet. What? What do they mean not yet?
Don't worry, Paul. It'll only be on our last day as our lease is coming to an end. So you won't have anything to say to us.
We're gonna buy a fire pit. We're gonna put it up on our deck. Or should we buy a grill and put it outside and have a giant barbecue on the deck just to say fuck you?
I think none of that, Bob. We'll just freaking let a dog roam around our deck.
There you go. You can go wherever it wants.
Yeah.
Hey, we ain't gonna be here more than a day.
Yeah. And besides, the place we're looking to move actually likes dogs.
Depending on the breed, but we don't know what breeds they allow and don't allow yet.
True.
And we are not moving till next year, so unfortunately.
Unfortunately. Don't worry, we tried to get out of here. But they wouldn't let us.
They won't let us leave. They're so mean, they're holding us hostage. No, so we're gonna be adding some sea salt.
We don't have Celtic salt or something.
No. I love having the big 5-pound bag of Celtic salt, but I couldn't find it anywhere once we moved. I don't know what happened to it. I'm so disappointed. I have like a big 5-pound bag of Celtic sea salt. That was like my favorite thing. Garlic.
Because this guy can't bake without garlic ever, or cook.
I can bake without garlic. Cook without garlic's more like it. Tarragon. The king of the spices. Black pepper.
What, white pepper?
No, that's disgusting. I want to use that in baking. Yeah, I grabbed the right one. Sage. It's a bit creamier. There are some things I don't add garlic to. I don't add garlic to my hot dogs.
You would find a way to make a garlic sauce for dogs if you really wanted to, though.
I'd have to do batter because I will not put spices on hot dogs at all. I'm sorry, that's just downright weird to me.
We'll make garlic battered corn dogs is what you'll do.
I don't even like corn dogs, but that sounds good.
Mm-hmm.
And then we got our cabbage here. We're going to add some of our cabbage. Excuse us, the cameraman's phone won't stop blowing up. As he tries to record and looks at his phone.
The irony is one of those messages from our roommate who's standing, or I rather sitting right behind me.
Really, Roman? What the hell, David? Alright, and then we diced up some of the corned beef. And we're going to put all that in here. And I say some because here's the rest, so. I'm going to add just a little bit more milk. Again, how much milk you add is relative. It depends on your taste. I don't want this too thick, but I also don't want it running. I am going to put a little bit of it's enough to get a small taste. There you have it. Our colcannon. See how this is? Get some cabbage in there, some corned beef. Potato. See? Sorry, I forgot we were rolling for a second. This is that good. Yeah, the flavors blend really nicely. How much words for this? Dang. The flavors blend really nicely. You can really taste the corned beef, and you can taste the butter and the cabbage mixed with the potatoes. All of it creates a nice, beautiful blend. I don't really taste the seasonings that much, but it's not bland. The garlic powder, the sea salt, the black pepper, the sage, and the tarragon are to tie it all in together with the potatoes. I definitely think having the skin on the potatoes makes a huge difference with the flavor, though. So that's why I always do this for mashed potatoes. But anyways, there you have it. That's colcannon. So we will see you later.